What's good, guys? It's your boy Monster Champion. We're here to look at Madden Podcasts 1 through 3. Again, they have been releasing them, but I didn't want to give you guys a 1-minute video talking about most of the same things they were talking about before. But again, in part 1, they are talking about the presentation, and the first thing they go through is the new 3D intro with the new menu interface. Also, they have new cutscenes and new pregame entrances, which look to be unique and different from last year. And also a new broadcast and graphics package. And basically what they wanted to simulate was, what you're going to see on NBC, Monday Night Football, and things like that. A couple other things they added to it was motion blur, so the faster players are kind of going to be a little bit blurry on the screen. Barely noticeable, but something that could definitely make a nice difference. Also, their new HDR lighting system. And what that's going to do is basically make it so that the dark shadows still have some light to it, and so that you can see, because as you know right now, some of the fields are really tough to see, especially the ones that have the big shade across the middle of the field. Also, they put Jim Nantz and Phil Simms in the game for the commentators, and they actually put them in the game and they created them, so we will see them from time to time. And the final thing they looked at was these new uniforms, which Nike have provided for them, and it's looking to be really cool. Definitely unique uniforms provided by Nike, so that'll be an interesting, look for the game. Now, part 2, what they talked about was gameplay, and gameplay part 1 of 2. And the first thing they talked about, obviously, again, was the pass trajectory, the new releases, the shuttle pass, things like that from the quarterback. And then they moved on to the new play action system and the new play action cancel system. So, if you see a lot of pressure coming, you can go ahead and just cancel the play action on the spot, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. Also, the new wide receiver controls. When you throw it and you try to use or pass, it's going to be slowed down movement, so they say. So I'm interested to see what that's going to look like. But overall, I think what it's just going to do is make user catching a lot easier, and I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. We'll have to wait and see on that. Then they went over to the defensive side of the ball and talked about the new read and react defensive system, defensive AI. So, your guys aren't going to be having the sidekick ability, and they're going to react based on what they see on the field. And hopefully that, works out for a more realistic playing game. And the final thing they talked about with the gameplay, as far as key points goes, is the alignment. And, as far as zones lining up and not looking like man, or not that, but you know what I'm saying. Your man isn't as easily identifiable as it was last year. And also, they're going to have best-on-best concept on defense. So what that means is if they got a wide receiver in the slot, your linebacker won't be on them. They'll have a corner on them. So that'll match up really well. And if they motion hike a fullback out, the linebacker will actually just stay with them. That's also going to be a good thing to, not allow as many easy mismatches as before. Now, in part 3 of the podcast, or part 3 of the playbook, they talked about the audio. And the big thing here is Phil Simms and Jim Nantz as commentators. I guess they got a lot of the recording sessions done together, so it should sound real fluent and original. As far as the other stuff, they got a new crowd system, a new crowd volume, I guess, and they recorded that with new stuff, so hopefully that'll sound cool. Also, you should be able to hear the cadence calls a lot better. That was one of the key things they talked about. And finally, the new hit sounds. And with that is, basically when you collide with the guy, you want to, make it feel and hear like
that was the difference.
A big guy or small guy.
A lot of joy in life.
So that should be
the postseason will march on next week
overall,
with the divisional round.
Part 1 through 3 definitely has me feeling pretty good. It's basically just a review of what they talked about in that first podcast, the hour-long video from my last one. But I just thought I'd throw a few of these together for you guys, and let you see them. I'll probably do parts 4 through 7 or 4 through 6 next. As far as breaking down the videos. But you guys let me know what you want to see in the future, man. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, y'all stay classy.